Thanks for tuning in to Financials in 5, everyone. Today we'll be talking about reach 800 plus credit score. So to get into the 800 club or higher, this is usually only set out for the elite. Now, we can also be elite. No worries, no worries. It is hard, but it's not impossible to obtain. So let's start with step one. We're going to take a look at where we stand currently. So we're going to go to freeannualcreditreport.com. You get one free one per year. All right. Once you get that, just check to see where you are. And then from there, you're going to make sure that there's no discrepancies on it. And most of the time, people actually do find at least several discrepancies, whether it be your name is spelled wrong, or maybe the amounts that they put on there is incorrectly. Maybe you have too many listed addresses on there. I can go into that in another video at another time. All right, so let's go on to number two. You are going to have to keep your accounts tidy. All right, by paying your bills on time. So 30 days is a delinquent and 90 days is derogatory. Let me explain what I mean by that. So if you go 30 days plus without paying your bills, that's going to show up on your credit as something called a delinquent. And if you go 90 days plus, that's called derogatory. That's even worse, okay? Now, I know that for everybody, everybody's experiencing something. I just needed to let people know because I'm not sure if everyone is aware that how badly that in itself can affect your score. All right. So we just got to pay our bills on time. And that counts as 35%. Actually, that's the most of your credit report is just paying your bills on time. That's a huge chunk. Okay. Another one is utilization rate. So for the most part, if you are just using 30% of your credit line, then you'll be fine. Let me explain what I mean by utilization rate. So let's say, for instance, you are granted a credit card that is $100. So that means that you only utilize 30% of that $100. So that means every month you're spending up to $30 of that. That way it looks good to the lenders so they know, hey, I can trust this person, right? Now, to get in a really good credit score bracket, just use 10% of it, okay? That's even better, all right? That looks really, really good to them so they can know that you're trustworthy. Another thing, number 3, that you need to do is diversify your accounts that you're holding on to. And let me just explain more about that type of diversity. So what I mean by that is auto loans, student loan, mortgage, credit cards. That is called a mixed usage. Most people in their lifetime do have at least some of these things. And that's what lenders want to see. There's no virgins. If you are a person, no, I only pay cash for everything. No, I only pay debit and cash for everything. So I have good credit. Wrong. You have to actually play the game. Sorry. You have to have some skin in the game for them to actually see that you are a credit worthy person to lending to. Okay. All right. So let's go on to the next thing. Limit your liability. Like, let's say, for instance, you have your loved one, like your daughter, your son, they're going off to college for the first time and they need an apartment, but they don't have any type of, credit. So they have to get a guarantor. Well, let's say, they have their first car, so they need a co-signer. Be very careful, because if they do not pay that bill, they're at fault just as much as you are, and vice versa. Another thing that I wanted to touch bases on is knowing the difference between a soft pull and a hard pull inquiry. So the hard and soft actually, they can show up on your credit, but the hard one is the one that takes anywhere between 2 to 11 points per inquiry off of your credit. Hard inquiries are very dangerous. So whenever you go apply for something, just make sure that you find out first. You can either Google it or just ask them personally, hey, are you, doing a hard pull or soft pull? And if you don't trust those people, then look it up online. If you can't find it online or anywhere on their website or in their terms and agreement, or their terms and conditions, then just don't do it. Don't do business with them. Because if, especially if you're a person who's really, really monitoring your credit for a very specific reason, like trying to buy a house or something, don't do business with the people if you cannot trust whether they're going to give you a hard pull. Okay. So a soft pull would be like, for example, if you are checking on your own credit, that's a soft pull. It will not hurt you at all. If your employer may be looking at your credit to see if they're going to choose you for a future position, if you are trying to do business with your financial institution, if your credit card, you get pre-approved to a specific company that checks your credit, that is also soft pull. That will not hurt you. Another thing I wanted you, this is the last point, I'm going to bring it home, is you guys report your lost or stolen cards right away, because if you don't do it within a specific time frame, the banks are going to post it on your credit as if you were the person who actually did it. And there have you. That's a quick synopsis. Have a good one. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.